All right, so I'm making my light bulb. As you can see, I got it tilted a little bit. Then I'm getting my center lines all together. The top part of the bulb is for the chest, and the bottom part is for the stomach and abdominal area. Now I'm extending all the appendages. Now for this picture, the head is going to be small. That's sort of the frame in proportion of this absolute Batman. Small head, big thick body. So I'm getting this pose down. Got a little twist in the hips. As you can see, the center line is twisted. So I'm saying, okay. And I'm thinking opposites. Changing the foot, thinking about that. Got one hand forward, one hand back. Getting all the rib cage and all the stuff together. Looking at it, thinking about it. Is he gonna be swinging on a rope? Is he gonna be just jumping? Gonna change that forearm. A little bend in the arm, that gives a little more power, actually. Eye line, nose line, mouth line. Work on the mask a little bit. Now the absolute Batman has long ears that are also blades, ironically. Putting some of the muscle definition in the arms. Looking, thinking, making sure I have the six pack twisted. Don't like that leg, so it's like a action figure. I can change this stuff around, so I think I have that down. Thigh, one leg going down, the thigh of the other one going up. And the back leg going back, or the calf going back. And one calf up front. Still gives me my opposites, but don't like that. Well, actually, I do like it. I'm just sharpening it up, raising that calf a little bit more. Give it a little more action. Something that I kind of picked up from J. Scott Campbell. Talked about the opposites. So the hand up in front is going to be a lot bigger. I'm thinking about it. I don't like that. Maybe I'll change it. Have the fingers flared out. No, look like he's about to smack himself in the face. Let me change the angle of that hand. Yeah, classic. It's coming forward. Kind of cool. Thickening that leg up. Because once again, not only is the character a thick character, but that leg is coming forward. Posing the other hand in the back behind the head. Give us some girth to both of these arms. This is the absolute Batman, by the way, so you need to have big old arms. So now I'm thinking about the light source, and I've established what side it's going to be on. Light on one side, shadow on the opposite. So just doing very basic shading, and then coming back and wrapping the muscles around the shading almost. Rib cage. Shading everything. Okay, how the bottom Gonna go the whole side of that thigh, side of that calf muscle, the whole knee area. Shade that bottom of the foot. All right. Raise slightly so I could draw tightly. Now I'm adding more detail, making sure I'm getting the form the way I want it. Wanting to make sure that pinky finger extends below the palm so you don't have a tangent. In the forearm, right, adding muscles to it, to the basic shadow. Even shading the palm and the fingers individually. Truthfully, sometimes I forget to do that, but they are three-dimensional as well. Tightening up those lines and also making sure I have a halo, which is a light or reflected light or backing light coming to kind of break that shadow away from the exterior contour. Giving this man a big old chest. So when you erase all that, you get rid of the extra lines you don't need. You erase it just enough where you leave a good outline. And you put back the lines that you really want. Doing the same with that arm. Just tracing over the drawing you've already done. Adding or taking away things that you don't need. Utility belt time. You gotta have utility belts if it's Batman. I have a reference over to the side that I'm looking at. I kind of threw that leg up even a little more just to help with the perspective. To make that calf part of the leg even bigger. Dropping that heel up under the calf, making it straighter. All right, liking the pose. Now I'm doing something that I don't know what I'm doing. Now I'm back. Now, Absolute Batman's bat is also an axe. So it's a very big symbol. Putting that where it needs to go. Getting the design that's on the forearm. Making sure it's right. Really kind of shaping up. Got the bat in the boots. And the boots are bigger than the leg. So I extend them out a little more There's some tread on these boots. Now it is cape time, and Absolute Batman has a very unique cape. It's almost like bat wings, but it's not. It's very unique. It's different. Shading the legs, being mindful of the light source. Now shading the face, thinking about how I'm going to shade that. Putting in the features. Now it's inking time. The penciling is over. I'm outlining and concentrating on the face first with this particular piece. Those long bat ears that also serves as a weapon. Some nice feathering. Shaping the head. Boom, got my mask. These crazy shoulder. These aren't shoulder cushions. What are those? Shoulder pads, I guess. Got those spikes in it. Got my forearms from Jim Lee. It has like a 1, 2, 3 on one part of the forearm and a 1, 2 on the other part. Now it's time for this cape. It sort of looks like bat wings, but it's different. You can see that 1, 2, 3 on one side of the forearm and that 1, 2. Now outlining the gloves now. Everything starts with basic shapes and then you move from there, if you hadn't noticed. And the way you curve those designs, it makes it evident that that forearm is coming forward. Now I'm feathering through the shadows. That always gives it an extra dimension. You could do it all black, but in my estimation, when you feather through it and then feather around the shape, that's sort of from that old image school that I really appreciate. I got to get the seam in the gloves, and now the fact that the gloves are black, I'm going to shade them in. Yeah, boy. Those gloves, right? So I'm looking at the shadow that I drew all the way through all the designs. What's different is how we'll shade these. So as I skip through, shade one of them one way, and then I do use all black on the other part. Get a little feathering out toward the edge. Yeah. The curve giving a great illusion that it's coming forward. You can really see that cylinder. Now for the torso. Outlining all the crucial parts. One thing they've done with the utility belt is have the pockets kind of coming up when he's jumping down. I did that slightly. I'm feathering through this. Darken that part. A lot of this is stylistic. It may or may not be real. Get that six-pack going. Part of my anatomy, I would say, came first from John Byrne, definitely, which I don't know for sure, but I do know that Jim Lee has said that John Byrne was an influence, but Jim Lee would, I, I say, be my major influence on my anatomy currently. So just like the forearms have a 1, 2, 3 on one side and a 1, 2 on the other, so does the calves. Or so does the bottom of the leg. I did say calves. That was right. All right. I'm actually looking at this and it's amazing to me too. Well, not that you're amazed. You may not be amazed, but I'm amazing myself. I'll say that. But if you're looking at this much of the video, hopefully you are at the very least entertained. I'm scanning through, trying to see, okay, where do I need to put some more of whatever. Get the calf right. I like when the legs look right to me. Again, influenced by Jim Lee primarily. My first influence being John Byrne. I was a big X-Men fan, along with other kids in my school. All right, got the sole of the boot. Now that I've gotten that leg done, I can finish that part of the cape, and then the cape had all kind of stuff on it, so I'm adding that as well. Now I'm just darkening in stuff real fast with the big stuff, but then slowing down for the detail stuff. This is the part that scares me and have me a little apprehensive, but hey, got this micron I can work with. Speaking of micron, I'm not necessarily big on what supplies you use. Whatever gets the work done. I think at one point it was very important to be very specific about your supplies. I don't know if that's necessarily the case now. I've seen professionals use everything from, of course, computers to tissue paper to all kind of things to mark their paper. So it's really shaping up. He does look thick. And then those shoulder pads, right? And shadows in the face, under the cowl. Now I'm looking for something in my life. I don't know. I may have been looking to see how that neck looked. So, have the neck on there, and now I'm shading the other arm. I like feathering out of a muscle. Gives me that look I want. All right, got that back glove going down. Think I got everything kind of worked out. Get my white pen, scratch up the chest plate. Now let's get this boot. It's kind of rugged. Yeah. Gives some 3D-ism. Now I'm feathering and doing all kind of detailed stuff. Bring it into some type of shading out. All right, I like that. All right, that's one boot. The bottom of the boot. I'm off to the other boot right now. cleaning up a few things. Rounding up with the feathering. Bam. Now it's time for that cape. Is it time for the cape? I think it's time for the cape. Hold on. Oop, yep. All right, so I'm establishing some shadows. Thinking about it. Okay. So this to me just brings everything to where it needs to be. My art teacher in college called these type of lines calligraphy lines. So you can produce weight with these, having the thickest part of the line, or have the line getting thick at the part that has the most gravity. Or you don't have to, actually. I truly just like the fact that the line is vibrant and moving up and down. I think it lends itself to give a lot of character to a piece of art. Have a calligraphy outline, at least. You don't have to do every part of the figure with a calligraphy line, but the major parts, at least the outline, that brings everything together. Turning the paper, making sure my hand does what it needs to do. And sometimes the line gets thicker the lower you get on a piece. So it's different ways you can actually use that line. Cleaning up a few areas. Is it cape time? Not yet. Still cleaning up some stuff. Oh, yep, gotta have those right there. Traction on the shoes. Why not really do some stuff like this? Bam, make it a little more 3D. Is it cape time? Ah, nah. Instead of using the brush pen, I use my micron to thicken up a few of these lines on the face. Ah, here we go. I decided to rough in some of this stuff. Okay, I see you. I see you, man. Real close. Feather out some stuff. Put a little halo on that. Okay. halo. Make sure it doesn't touch the outline. I think Arthur Adams was like one of the first people I noticed that did things like that, and I was like, wow. Phenomenal talent. And I heard he got into the game so young. Such an inspiration. I honestly think he's the forerunner to all the image school of art in comics. That's just my humble opinion. All right, shaping up these things about this cape. Wonder how I'm gonna do that. I'm thinking. Like, okay. Getting real close to the outline. And I'm just gonna color all of it. But giving an outline to all of the giving an outline to all the things around that hand and head. It's looking good. It's looking good, Ron Mac. I like that. I wish I could draw like that, man. All right. So I'm using my finger to do my, everything goes out from my finger. Pick the spot for these action lines. Gotta have some type of background. Let's rough these in. Kind of a random look. Be as random as I possibly can. Follow my loose guidelines with loose lines all together. Make it a little more dynamic. Now comes the last part, the calligraphy outline. And you see how it just brings that out. Brings out whatever you're outlining. Acknowledging that the light source is on that other side. Bam. And it's over and done with. Absolute Batman. Hope y'all had as much fun as I did.
Leron McAdoo found joy in drawing superheroes, but he was an illiterate third grader. So suddenly his mother said she would not buy another comic book until he could read them. McAdoo rose above being afraid of words to getting paid for words. Now he uses words to get people Mctivated about their own superpower. He drew strength from drawing. This is Comicbook Bold. To see his comic commissions and comic art, go to Pinterest.com at that hip hop and select Leron McAdoo art.